What the court is doing now isn't law, it's lawlessness. And it's only going to get worse unless we do something to rein it in. So how did we get here? Republicans have lost the popular vote in 7 of the last 8 presidential elections, and yet Republicans have appointed 15 of the last 20 Supreme Court justices, including 6 of the current 9. 5 of those 6 were appointed by Republicans who took their office after losing the popular vote. 3 of them were confirmed by senators representing less than half the population of the country. The Supreme Court's legitimacy turns, at least in part, on its being democratically accountable. Instead, what we have now, if we don't act to change it, is 100 years backwards and forwards of single-party rule on the court. The court has had a majority appointed by Republicans for over 50 years, and a recent study shows that without structural reform, we're most likely going to have a Republican majority for another 50. That is just overwhelming when you think about what a democracy is supposed to look like and how a democracy is supposed to function. So what can we do about it? So this is the good part. Hopefully it's the good part, which is that we actually do have the tools to fix this. And we can do that by expanding the court. The size of the court is actually set by Congress. It's not something that we talk about a lot, right? It's not something that you maybe learn in your civics lessons in middle school, but that is the way that the Constitution has set it up. And so all that it takes to change the size of the court is a simple piece of legislation. There's a current bill, the Judiciary Act, which would add 4 seats to the court in order to bring it back into balance and to restore its integrity. And some people ask me, in part because it's not something we all learned about a lot growing up, right? Isn't expanding the court radical, right? That just feels like a radical thing to do. So here's what I would say to you. Expanding the court is actually the least radical thing that we could do right now. We're talking about passing a piece of legislation to set the size of the court as contemplated in the Constitution. It's literally Congress's job. So when we have 6 unelected extremists casting aside all norms, all precedent, the rule of law, trying to catapult us back to some kind of 1800s fever dream, I mean, honestly, what could be more measured and reasonable than court expansion?